So, you ever get hit with something tough? I mean, really tough. And your first thought is just, why me? What did I do to deserve this? It's such a human question, right? And that's exactly what we're going to unpack in this explainer. Are we just facing a random hardship, or is this some kind of punishment for something we did? Let's dive in. All right, so first up, let's get right to the heart of this. We're going to talk about that immediate gut punch feeling, that little voice that whispers, maybe you brought this on yourself. And I think we've all been there, haven't we? The car breaks down out of nowhere, you lose a job you loved, a relationship just ends. And bam, that little voice is right there whispering, what did I do to deserve this? It's such a heavy question, and it's pretty much a universal reaction when things go sideways. And this is exactly why that question pops up so fast. See, our brains are basically pattern-seeking machines. They're hardwired to connect cause and effect. So when something bad happens, our first instinct is to hunt for a reason. And you know what the easiest, most available cause is? Yeah, it's us. Okay, so let's really dig into this. Why do our minds make that leap so quickly? Where does all this confusion between just a tough time and actual punishment even come from? So, a huge piece of this puzzle is something called the just world fallacy. It's basically a mental shortcut, you know? Our brains want to believe the world is fair, that good things happen to good people and bad things to bad people. It makes us feel safe. But there's a major catch. When something bad happens to us, that same logic flips around and tells us, well, you must have done something to deserve it. See how that works? And it's not just that one thing either. There's a whole mix of other factors at play. I mean, think about it. Stuff we learned as kids, stories we hear in our culture, even religious ideas. They all kind of feed into this. Our brains just learn to take these little shortcuts. And weirdly enough, believing we're to blame can give us a strange sense of control. I mean, if we caused it, maybe we can fix it, right? Even if that's not really how it works. Okay, so now we get to the real meat of it. How in the world do we draw a clear line between these two things? This is where we can really start to untangle all that confusion. I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? If our gut reaction is to lump them all together, what's the game plan for pulling them apart? How do we look at what's happening with some real clarity instead of just, a mountain of guilt? Okay, this breakdown is so helpful. Let's walk through it. First, the what. A hardship is basically a test, a challenge. It's part of life. But a punishment, that's a direct consequence for something you did. See the difference? Now look at who. Hardship is universal. It happens to everyone. It doesn't discriminate. Punishment, on the other hand, is super specific. It's tied directly to your action. But honestly, the biggest difference maker is the why. The whole point of a hardship, if you can call it that, is to spark growth, to make you more resilient. The point of a punishment is totally different. It's to correct a behavior. They're not even playing the same game. And if you remember one thing, let it be this. Hardship is a catalyst. Punishment is a consequence. A hardship is meant to start something new in you, to be a catalyst for change. A punishment is a consequence of something that's already happened. One is forward-looking, the other is all about the past. All right, so knowing the difference is great, but putting it into practice, that's where the magic really happens. So how do we actually use this understanding to build a better, healthier way of responding when life throws us a curveball? Here's a super practical 3-step game plan. Step 1, acknowledge the pain. Just let yourself feel it, the frustration, the sadness, whatever, without jumping to blame anyone, especially not yourself, okay? Step 2, shift your question. Instead of asking, why me, try asking, what can this teach me? It completely changes the energy. And finally, step 3, reframe the whole thing. This isn't a prison sentence. Think of it more like a really tough class. It's an opportunity to come out the other side stronger or smarter or just better. And that is the payoff. When you make that mental shift, adversity stops being this verdict on your past. Instead, it becomes the raw material for your future. You're not paying off some old debt anymore. No, you're making an investment in the person you're becoming. So I want to leave you with this one thought to carry with you. The next time you're facing something really difficult, just pause and ask yourself, what if this isn't a verdict? What if it's an invitation? An invitation to become something more? Thanks so much for digging into this with us.